No, 18. No problem. But here,
Or else you do add this one.
no.
Connect it here. I just reposted the link. Some.
Marshall, Nikita, sorry. Nikita.
No, sister's ID, sister.
Not a child.
We will unpin this for some time.
What?
Unpin
And
to know how many. Or we'll keep it on pin. We'll keep this on pin, sir.
Okay. Just,
And this one now, when we are coming, we'll keep this on pin.
okay.
Oh my god.
Present it.
Actually, not.
Check. Touch.
you can get the mouse.
Because in between you can't come and operate. Sir joins.
Professor replied.
Mr. also joined the chase.
Mr. joined us.
After some time, address writing.
So how many participants are there?
Now I have to put this here. But they have to get up and run center.
Oh, Judy, you sit here.
Total science.
Total science is behind.
Ma'am, admit it.
Chief is intro, bread, citizen. Chief is
Forty-five.
1-8.
1-8.
Okay, after you can go, so after song you can come. And after the break, live stream will be like one of we want to discuss here. OBS.
Yes, it's
She has to sit there.
She's
65. We inform other written message against so that they can come. That's also so we sleep also join they can.
79.
We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we are curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths that led us to this national webinar on communication skills in English. I welcome you all to this wonderful webinar. Welcome everyone. Prayer is the confidence we have in approaching God. If we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. Let us join in prayer and prayer song and ask God's blessings.
Dear Almighty and ever-loving God,
Kiran and our principal, Dr. Suse John Rosario, a webinar on communication skills in English. To effectively communicate, we must realize that we are all different in a way we perceive the world, and use this understanding as a guide to our communication with others. I welcome our staff secretary and the head of the Department of English, Reverend Sister Joanne, and the heads of various departments, staff, and not forgetting all the participants. The right word may be effective, but no word was ever effective as a rightly timed pause. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you, Nikitya, for your warm welcome. It is important to read the preface of a book to know what the book is about. I now call upon Mr. K. Arul, Assistant Professor, Department of English, to introduce our chief guest.
Good morning, everyone. I am profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to introduce our chief guest of the day. She is none other than Dr. S. Uma Mageshwari, Head Professor and Supervisor, St. Peter Institute of Higher Education and Research, Avadi, Chennai. Our chief guest belongs to a city named Chennai. She was born in a well-educated and constructive family. She has acquired her undergraduate degree in Auxilium College, Vellore, and her postgraduate degree and Doctor of Philosophy in Pachapas College, Chennai. She also received the degree of Bachelor of Education and Master of Education in Annamalai University. She has an experience as an assistant professor in English since 1988 to 1998 at Satyabama Engineering College, Chennai. Now she is working as professor and head department of English at St. Peter Institute of Higher Education and Research, Avadi, Chennai. She has received the Best Teacher Award in Satyabama Engineering College, Chennai. Her specialization in English literature is Indian writing in English. She did a research work in PhD entitled Arundhati Roy and Mageshweta Devi, a comparative study, and in B.Ed and M.Ed both entitled English and Special English. She has published 2 articles in Scopus InTech Journal and 3 articles in UGC Carlister Group A Journal. She has published 7 articles as a co-author in Scopus and UGC Car Journal both. She has guided more than 200 students in MPhil and guiding some students in number in PhD. Here it is my pleasure that I am also one of her students since MPhil and PhD. She is not only my guide, but she is also my mother too. She is protecting me forever like hen protects its egg. It's a great honor to have her for this national level webinar. Hope our joyful multitude increase with their meaningful and motivational talk. Thank you for this opportunity, Nikhil. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed a brief introduction. It's my privilege to request our principal, Dr. Susie John Rosario, to address the gathering.
Research Vice Principal you should be showing Dr. Rosario. Research should follow her.
Dear participants, it's that we have to wait for great speeches. We can wait for some time for our principal to give us the great speech. Waiting gives us more joy. Yes, we can wait for some more time for our principal to give us the speech.
Admit him and put him in center. Make him a center. You could unmute him. You unmute him.
It's time for our principal address.
And the head of the Department of English, resource person, staff members, and dear participants. Very good morning to you all. I'm indeed very glad to associate myself with this webinar which the English department is organizing for the betterment of the student community. I wish the seminar all the best. I would like to appreciate the management, Mr. Kiran, Secretary, for supporting all the initiatives that are taken by the staff and students. My appreciation goes to the head of the Department of English, Mr. Glenn, and that team of band of staff members who are strenuously taking effort to impart knowledge and experience to students through this webinar and many other activities in the college. The Department of English is very vibrating so that the students get benefited, the students are shaped the future leaders. So my congratulations to the Department of English, especially the HOD. Then the resource person, I'd like to thank them in a special way for having spared their valuable time in a busy schedule to share their knowledge and experience with the students and the participants in the dissemination of knowledge. And my dear participants, I wish that you get the maximum from this webinar. So we we are not able to physically come together and have this experience, technology has enabled us to gain knowledge through this webinar. So I exhort you to make the best use of this opportunity and enhance your knowledge and experience. And the topic, communication, skills in English. Communication itself is imparting or exchanging of information by speaking or writing or using some other medium. Actually, communication brings people closer to each other and develops an understanding between them. It bridges the gap between individuals and groups. And effective communication is the most important of all life skills, they say. And important skills that are needed in communication is listening, take what they say. Then non-verbal communication. As you communicate, not only the words that you speak, the actions that you make convey a lot. Therefore, non-verbal communication, and then how do you manage your stress by communicating, and how do you manage your emotions. So all these play an important role in effective communication. And of course, we all know the benefits of this communication. It leads stress, it prevents or solves problems, then it helps in providing clarity and direction to any matter, and it builds better relationship, it improves productivity, and it promotes team building. So these are the importance or benefits of the communication skill. Now with this, I wish the seminar once again all the best and the participants to get the maximum out of it. Thank you, all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for wonderful speech. It's indeed my pleasure to request our Secretary Sister Kiran to facilitate this gathering.
A very good morning to one and all. I take this opportunity to thank the Department of English to organize this webinar. It's a great effort they have taken. I do appreciate it. As I appreciate them, I also thank the chief guest, the main speaker, Dr. S. Uma Maheshwari, Professor and Head of St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai. I thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and come over here on this line to share your knowledge with the students. I also welcome Dr. Rosario, our principal. I'm glad that he is on the line to address our students and to welcome you all. I welcome all the students who are participating in this webinar. I appreciate the coordinator, the organizer, Sister Juvan, staff secretary and the HOD, and the coordinators, Mr. Arul and Ms. Nikita and the others. Thank you for all the efforts you have taken. I wish you all a very success. Communication skill is very essential, which is used by living and non-living creatures. To express oneself and the emotions the person experiences has to be expressed. That can be done only through communication. Even a baby born communicates and a mother understands. The deaf and dumb also communicate with the gestures to express what they think. So communication is very essential. Communication, learning of a language is learned from our childhood. A common language which is learned, or local language which is learned from our childhood. But that is not enough to communicate to the whole world. To be successful, in our endeavors, successful in our workforce. People uneducated with communication skill are holding high places because they are fluent in English. English is a language that is accepted by whole world. English is the only language where everybody can understand. English is a language with which we can communicate to many people, the whole world at large. So communication skill can be obtained only through practice. Not necessarily that we have to be educated, but to grammatically, to speak and to write, we need to be educated. But to communicate, the skill of language, not necessarily that you have to be educated. Even to take for example, the people in cosmopolitan cities like Chennai, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, especially in Bombay and Delhi and Bangalore, people, even the scavengers, the fourth grade workers, know language. And through that language, they achieve good communication and reach out to many people and earn a living with a high living. Communication, if you know, you have good communication, you are accepted in any area of qualification, any area of work. So communication is essential for everybody, especially English. English is a language that brings us all together. It's necessary together. So we better learn English and use all the communication skills that has been taught to you and make best use of the knowledge that is. So once again, wishing you all the best. I appreciate and thank all those who are involved in this organizing this webinar. Thank you. All the best. God bless you.
Thank you, sister. Part of doing is listening. We are listening to the sun, to the stars, to the wind. And now we are ready to listen to our speaker. I kindly invite our chief guest to take over the forum.
Okay, now this you are taking it to the point and the middle. Got it?
Video is not Ma'am, you can start now, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning, everyone present here. Respected Reverend Secretary Sister, Principal, Sister John, Head Sister, Department of English, other HODs, our professors, research scholars, and my dear students, educators of Hospital Science College, and from various colleges. I am here to give you an insight into various ways of learning to communicate in English language. What is communication? Actually, it is an interaction between one another. Communication is the importing or interchange of thoughts, opinions, or information by speech, writing, or science. It is the act of transferring information from one place to another. It may be vocally, using voice, written, using printed or digital media such as books, magazines, websites, or emails. Visually, using logos, maps, charts, or graphs, or non-verbally, using body language, gestures, and the tone and pitch of voice. In practice, it is often a combination of several of these. My dear students, communication skills. Cinema, video, okay. Video on. Communication skills or needs to speak appropriately with a wide variety of people. It can also ensure that we are able to manage interactions with business organizations. We teachers should involve core skills in teaching English language. That is LS or WS. L for listening, S for speaking, or for reading, and W for writing. We call it LS W skills. These skills can be developed through various tasks by working through various activities. Students, both fluent and less fluent, should be able to improve their effectiveness in using English in real life situations, especially for their chosen profession. Let us see all types of, four types of skills here. Let us take listening first. Listening is a skill of understanding spoken language. It is an essential skill present in most of the activities we carry out throughout our lives. Different types of listening we can see, like listening to announcements in railway stations, airports, etc. Listening to the radio, participating in a conversation, watching TV, participating in a meeting, seminar or discussion, participating in a telephonic conversation, and so on. Listening skills help us understand what someone says and respond to it in an appropriate manner. Hence, they have an important place in communication in the classroom and workplace, where we are required to listen to lectures and talks and participate in debates, meetings, and group discussions. Listening tasks are meant to give students practice in taking notes. Teachers should aim to present a thought using an informal lecture style. They should not read aloud. Role play, discussions, and oral work exercises should be made lively by the teachers so that the students will be able to listen well. The teacher should not worry about the noise, that is noise level in the classroom. Let us come to speaking part. Speaking skills are necessary and important in many ways in academic and professional context. For example, to interact with fellow students, to interact with colleagues, to answer questions, to make presentations, to participate in discussions, and to attend a viva or an interview. Communicating well in spoken English includes pronouncing words correctly, using the right sentence structure and language. Speaking is one of the most difficult skills which language learners how to face. It is generally thought to be the most important of four skills. One frustration commonly felt by learners that they have spent years studying English, but still they cannot speak. Speaking has to come out of practice. Speaking is an activity which comes by experience right from school, if possible. Let us come to the reading part. Reading is very important. In school or in college, the teachers should make the students read. Reading is very essential for a student in a school as well as in a college. Reading class should be done by the students themselves, working in pairs or groups or individually. Teachers should resist any temptation to explain the whole text while the students read. Instead, they should encourage the students to rely on their own resources and monitor their progress. When they are finished reading, the right answer can be arrived at by discussion among the students or at times the teacher who can check the answers with the whole class. There are two ways. It is among the students or the teacher can check the answers with the students. Reading has played a crucial role in overall development in language skills and even in academic success for decades. Many studies have shown that reading strategies can be taught to help students improve their performance in reading. In order to be a competent reader, you must ask yourself what your purpose of reading is, whether it's for pleasure, if it's for theme, it's for gist, main ideas, if it's for details or some specific pieces of information. There are different kinds of reading that suit each of these purposes. This is all about reading, and now we're coming to writing part. Let us see. What is written communication? We communicate in writing. Written communication is an important part of the whole study and work situations. There are specific techniques we need to learn to write for different purposes. For example, law and medicine. They have their own special vocabularies and formats. The first step in producing a piece of writing is to make sure that you have complete grammatical and meaningful sentences. Well-formed sentences are linked to form longer pieces of writing, such as paragraphs, letters, essays, articles, and reports. There are several factors that relate to the correct form of sentences that go to make a good piece of writing. Presence of sentence, presence of a subject, define it verb first. Use of the correct tense form second. Third, subject verb agreement. Fourth one, word order according to the type of sentences, positive or negative. Assertive sentence, interrogative, request or command or explanation. Absence of grammatical errors. So all these are very important when you frame a sentence. Let us see. So this is all about reading, writing, listening, speaking. So LS or W, that is all about LS or W skills. Now, let us see how the teacher should handle the English classroom. The teacher should always use simple language so that everyone can understand. Even students who come from Tamil medium, they will be also. It is easy for them to understand. So the teacher should always use simple language. That is more important. So that everybody can understand. It will be encouraging if the teacher holds back her own knowledge so that the students feel compelled to use English to explain things and thereby getting more practice. This is more important for a teacher. She or he should allow the students to talk and the teacher should wait till the student completes his answer. Only then she or he will be able to correct. He should be allowed to talk in the class. That is more important. Language focus exercises should be given and the exercises should be done without the need for long explanation from the teacher. This is one way of teaching, one of the teaching methods which will be easy for the students and they will be easily picking up. Those who are below average, they will also be finding it easy to learn. Language focus activities can be given in the class. The activities should be used to develop students' awareness of the language and how it works. Fluency must be encouraged, even if that costs a factor. Our teaching should aim at the development of LSRW skills involved in language teaching. Language teaching is one of the arts. Thereby the teacher is experienced as well as the students can learn. As teachers, we should try using as a communicative learner-centered approach so that the students will enjoy learning. Students should be encouraged to join in discussions to solve problems and express their ideas freely. Very often they should be given role play so that they develop speaking skills. They should be encouraged to take part in classroom activities where you give role play, presentation, group discussion, everything. Classroom activities of various kinds, like work discussion, that is group discussion, and presentation, everything. The teachers should only guide and monitor them. Students should be asked to work with other students in class or in groups so that they develop their speaking skills. In this way, students can learn to speak in fluency and with confidence. Discussion and role play will improve students' fluency level and long focus exercise, that is a language focused exercises. Long exercise also can be given. Here these language focused exercises will deepen students' understanding level. All these will help you students, all these will help you to write better English. You have to practice in the classroom. You can ask your teacher whatever doubt you have. Never mind. Stand up and ask your teacher and clarify your doubt. You should have confidence. Only then you can develop your speaking skills. And it is justifiable that teachers use a problem-solving thought-based approach in the classroom. Classroom teaching is very, very important. The atmosphere that counts a lot. The teacher should be confident at teaching. Before going to classroom, the teacher should prepare the lesson in advance so that she or he can convey the message to the students and they will be able to clarify the doubts. The students should be impressed by the teacher first of all. For that, the teacher should prepare the lesson well in advance and go deliver the lecture in a class so that the students will be impressed by the teacher and they develop sorts of inclination towards learning. So this is very, very important for a teacher to prepare the lesson, prepare in advance and use simple language also so that everybody can understand and they will start learning as early as possible. They will be able to, that is very soon they will be able to catch what the teacher is teaching. That is all the more important. The communication skills is very important. Otherwise, you cannot survive in this social world. So, you better develop your communication skills, my dear students. It is mandatory to equip yourself with all these four types of skills. In modern days, you have to be confident when you speak and when you face interview, when you talk in group discussion. Confidence is very, very important. I advise all of you one thing, that is, apart from your textbooks, I advise you to read storybooks at the beginning, then novels, then magazines and newspapers especially. Every day you are supposed to read a newspaper and you can learn new words and you can look into dictionary and find out meanings. Even mobile you can see the meanings. Nowadays it's very easy to find out meanings in the mobile itself. So I advise my dear students to read. Every day you read and you write without any grammar mistake. You have to keep all points what I told you. Grammar, that is, you should not make mistake any grammar. Then sentence structure, then tense. All these things are very important to write. And speaking is other thing. And without hesitation, you have to talk. For that you have experience, you have to get practice. Especially those who come from family medium. You don't feel inferior. See, you can do better than students those who come from English medium. They will talk simply without thinking. But whereas students who come from Tamil medium, my experience I found out in English, communication especially. For communication, you have to communicate, you have to talk in English in the college, in your classroom. Don't hesitate to speak in English. Even if you make mistakes, it's okay. You will learn. Your teacher will correct. Or students who are good in English, they can also correct. So I am especially students who come from Tamil medium. You don't hesitate to talk in English. Once you come to college, it is a must that you should talk in English. Only then you will pick up how to practice. As principal, as secretary sister told, it should come out of practice. I welcome this point. So you try to talk in English from today. Read more and more. Read books and novels, papers, newspapers, anything you like. But reading, and try to speak. And when you are writing, you keep all 3 points. Sentence structure is more important for that. Subject, verb, and then tense. Then sentence types, like you have 4 types of sentences: statement, interrogative, question or comment, then imperative, question or comment, interrogative. There are 4 types. First, statement. Second, interrogative, that is question words. Third, imperative, that is request or command. Fourth one comes, that is exclamatory. All these 4 types you have to keep it in mind. Subject, verb, then tense, all the more important. So keeping all these points in your mind, you have to write. So writing, you should not make any mistake. That is more important. So we saw all 4: reading, writing, speaking and listening. Listening also will help you a lot. You have to listen to good lectures. And in the classroom, you should listen to your lecturer. Only then you will be able to pick up knowledge in communication skills. So once again, I stress on the point, communication skills in English is very, very important. If you go abroad or after finishing your studies, if you face an interview, communication skills will talk a lot. So I advise all my dear students to concentrate on communication skills. Read more and more. Have confidence. Then all the best to you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge.
Yes, thank you.
If you have any doubts, you can ask now in the message box. Students, if you have any doubts, you can ask now.
Somebody will ask.
Communication skill English. No doubts, ma'am. This one actually, that is only the last subject, no doubts.
Students, we have a great person here. If you have any doubts, you can ask her.
இது லிங்க் ஆஸ்க் நீடட் சென்ட் ஸோ ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் அனுப்ப சொல்லுங்க.
We'll start the vote of thanks. Yes, thank you everyone. Now, I request Miss Marshall, Assistant Professor of English, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Guest, Source Person, Honorable Secretary Sister, Reverend Sister Kiran, or respected Principal Dr. Susai John Rosario, or Reverend Sister Staff Secretary Sister John, heads of various departments, staffs from various colleges, my dear colleagues, my dear participants, I thank each one of you to make this session a beautiful one, and I also thank our management for giving us this opportunity. On behalf of Sacred Arts and Science College, Peruni, and the organizing team, I extend a very heartfelt, sincere gratitude to our resource person, Professor Dr. S. Uma Maheshwari, for giving an excellent coverage on communicative skills in English and how effectively English must be used. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I once again thank all the participants and our colleagues and staffs from other colleges to make this event a grand success. Thank you.
As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. We assure that we live by it. Thank you one and all for being attentive and patient. That thank you once again. Students, your Google Form links have been sent in the message box. You can fill in the forms so that you can get your certificates. You can leave only after finishing the form. Don't forget to do it. Only if you do it, you will get your.
Sir, link here. No, sir, wait, sir. After finishing, we'll share from her. Okay, then you
She must also register for
tell her to
e-certificate for source person.
You have to fill in the form to get your e-certificates.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me? This is Rashida here from St. Peter's University. Can I talk a minute?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a small feedback on the session, ma'am. Shall I?
Sorry, ma'am. Can you come again?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to give a small feedback on the session, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Really, I appreciate all the organizers for giving us such a beautiful opportunity to attend this lecture. And from ma'am, we have learned so much today. Uh, she has given her all her experience and wisdom today how to efficiently handle classes, especially using simple English and communicating better with students. Because nowadays, though we are very qualified, we find we find that we are struggling in front of students sometimes to manage them. But if we listen to such very experienced wise lectures, I think definitely ma'am has given a lot of insights into how to develop ourselves in communicating at workplace especially. So really, thank you so much, ma'am, Uma ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable speech, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, organizers, for arranging this beautiful webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable feedback.
Yeah, thank you.
We can get the link. I want them whether they finished or what. Yes, sir. Only fill in that form. Hope everyone are filling the Google forms. Don't forget, only if you fill in, you will get your e-certificates. Participants, please don't forget, do it immediately.
என்னைக்கு சார் இது
இன்னைக்கு நான் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டேன். ஆனால் இப்போ போயிட்டு இருக்கா பண்ணிட்டு ஓப்பன் ஆகல. சார் அது பாருங்க. I don't how many certificates are just take that.
Participants, only if you finish, we can wind up. Only if you are finished, we can wind up. Make sure you have registered in the Google Forms. Don't forget it. Only then you can get your e-certificates.
Ask how many have finished. Yes, sir. We have told them to do the thing. I think it's a question why not. And that is So ask him later. Sir, call and ask the whether how many certificates got. இல்லை சார் ஸோ நம்ம கோகுல் பார்த்தோன்னா அவங்க தெரியும் எத்தனை பேர் இது பண்ணியிருக்காங்க
பண்ணலன்னா we can remind him again or else we can find it out.
Write the name.
என்னாச்சு திருப்பி வரல?
What the responses?
Dear participants, sorry for the inconvenience. You just please post your names in the message box so that it can be noted. I repeat, dear participants, please post your name in the message box so your names can be noted.
அவன் சொல்றேனே இருக்கும்.
ஒன்லி காப்பி தான் இது பண்ணிருக்காங்களா? ஆனா
One
வந்தது 90 வந்தாங்க. Yes, sir. அதான் சரி தேவையான நேம் காலேஜ் அது தட் இஸ் Tell her to come there. I can't copy in this itself. You have to only do it. You can't do it now. Just check. See, it will not come. Where is she sitting there? Sister, huh? What she is doing?
She is checking how many are.
Ask someone to check. Tell her to come. Think.
Yes. Why? What happened for the What was you're not posting their names in the form. They're not posting the name in the form. That's why we asked them. They are looking at. They are asking for the link. Some people are asking for the link. Please send the link. Remind them. But we need all the names. Now the name cannot say only 55 is yours. 90K. That Google Forms are rarely captured what of pressing by you are not learning. Then we decided to meet and then do the mail here. There the mail ID, their name is
Hope everyone have sent your name. This is because you have, some people have not registered their name in the Google form. Only if you register your name in that, the e-certificate will be generated. Please don't forget to do that. Sorry ma'am for making you to wait.
No problem. Not at all.
Thank you ma'am, that's so sweet of you.
மைண்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க அவங்க எப்பயோ மைண்ட் அப்படின்னு அவங்க சொல்லிட்டாங்க அதுக்கப்புறம் சார் ஆஸ்ட் வெயிட் இல்ல வெயிட் 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 பண்ணுங்க and waiting.
What we do is those who registered will send them the certificate to the day.
Sister already told to my
என்ன we'll do it.
sorry.
Yes, yes. அதான் நீங்க பேசுங்க.
Wait.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Arun.
Thank you for your motivational words, ma'am. An excellent speech you have given us, ma'am. It was very useful for us to learn more and more in communication skills. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you, ma'am.
Shall we wind up, ma'am?
I must thank assistant principal. I should thank ma'am secretary. Ma'am, secretary sister.
On behalf of her, we will convey this message to secretary sister and.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so
so
much.
much, ma'am. Shall
Shall I
we
wind up?
program, ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for waiting patiently. Thank you. Thank you for making this day a very successful one. Thank you once again.
Let them. People have sent chat.
Well, I'll ask them to leave.
Wait, wait, wait. No.
Let them leave. Only leave be a problem. Sir. Really, that will not be.
Okay, completed.
You copy, ma. We can do it later. This also will be shown on YouTube.
அவங்க hold